français, peut-être on pourrait faire en anglais. Si quelqu'un ne comprend pas qu'est-ce que je parle, if everybody don't understand what I'm talking about now, I think maybe someone, is there someone who don't understand English?
Est-ce que des personnes ne comprennent pas l'anglais dans la salle?
Translation.
Tout le monde comprend l'anglais?
Vous êtes qui, madame? Ça va? Pardon, mais parce que vraiment, il y a plein de gens qui ne parlent ni mot en français et ce sera un peu dommage pour eux. Merci. Alors, qu'est-ce que l'on fait de ça en anglais, s'il vous plaît? Vous pouvez poser en français, je
vais peut-être faire comme ça.
Yeah, we can
interpréter effectivement.
Question in French and I can translate the question and answer in English.
Alors du coup, c'est donc la première mondiale du film. Effectivement, il y a énormément de sérénité, d'apaisement dans le film. Tu avais l'air de dire, quand tu as présenté que du coup tu as commencé à le faire en 2022, qu'il y avait un besoin, tu l'as dit à plusieurs reprises. Et j'aimerais bien, si tu veux bien, nous parler un peu justement du contexte qui t'a amené à faire le film et comment après il s'est fait.
Question about the context of the film. Yes, in 2022, everyone of us know that in end of February, the war started in Ukraine, escalated by Russia and Putin. So, and just after that, we left the country. So we spent 2 months in Istanbul. In May, we arrived to Paris. And the context before the film, and I was thinking a lot about Normandie, but before, very long before, like 7 years before arriving, like I was looking at these cliffs as some kind of end of the, like bout du monde, end of the world, something like that, or something like but I was inspired by one Russian poet, Boris Ruzhy, and he is explaining about this. He has a poem called Sea, and in this poem it has a translation in English and in French, but not so good in French, but okay in English. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, the thing is, he's explaining the people who was never seen the sea, and about this poem about this incapability of the one to achieve the freedom to liberate himself or herself from like suffering, and the sea is something that giving this serenity, giving this peace. And at the same time, in Russian words, like we say, предел, it means it consists all this suffering inside and consists highest level of it inside and make it calm. So it's kind of this complex image of it. And yeah, it seems, and for me it was just, yeah, I was staying in Paris and we were living at some friend in the very center, and it was like really bounded. It was summertime, but like it was so, I don't know, we were lost it, kind of. I really was depressed, really deeply, like not understanding what's going on, what's gonna be in our lives, what's going on. Every day you're receiving the words, the news, and you're like basically like not okay. And and even in Istanbul, I was thinking before we spent 2 months in Istanbul, and I was preparing some thinking about Normandy, and before I wrote a kind of big script, kind of plan, but I just put it all away. And in the end, it was just a plan of the films, or plan of the places where I never been, as well as Natasha, she's here, and 2 friends, Anton and Katya, who arrived to Europe. For Anton, it was first trip to Europe after his disease. He lost his leg. I think someone noticed. Of you noticed this? Yeah, and for him it was something like restarts the life. him to see the cathedrals because he made a translation. Some of you know maybe Anatoly Dorsky. He was translating devotional cinema to Russian. So he was about to receive more about proto-cinema and Gothic cathedrals. And of course we were like, yeah, I would love to see you if you're going to Normandy, yeah, we can meet and stuff because we haven't met. So we were playing like this, and then I realized that Anton and Katya, that will be the film. They are the film. But I still didn't know how it's gonna be, how to turn, and I didn't want to like push them or like organize some kind of strict process. But I understood. I had a clear intentions and feeling that the film is there. Because like before I was kind of working with the same methods but another way in film Orpheus that was at FID 2021. But there I was like prepared some scenes in the certain moment of life, but on my own land in my hometown where I know people, where I know places, where I can really create some kind of aesthetical kind of piece to like elaborate like a way for it to make the very life manifested, to redirect life a bit, to make it visible, but to not make a documentary film, of course. Yeah, this kind of method developed in Normandy and it developed also in a visual way. Yeah, and so context was not also Katya, who you've seen in the film. She was in Switzerland. She was visiting her mom, who's now living there, because Katya from Kharkiv, and her mom too. And Katya one day he brought her mother by car to Switzerland through like many problems and stuff. So, and we even have the same car because Katya was with the car, and we were like with the car with like Kharkiv numbers. So. And we were just all of us, it was the first time in Normandy, it's really first impression of it. And for me, I was really looking for something that, I don't know, like something not what I thought about, because I was super depressed, still super like bad. And I really were looking for, I don't know, and like first image when we just stayed was like, I saw this, we just occasionally stayed. I said like, okay, we will just stay here and just set the camera and stuff. It started. And then I make it zoom this farthest point as I could, and then like sun came and stopped, and I was like, okay, yes. And then this moment I really felt better. It really it's really faced with the sea with some kind of, it was kind of revelation, also aesthetical one, because before I never used this kind of image. It was like really like a kind of revelation for me. It's how it starts and then it continues.
La première, du coup, le premier plan, ça a été vraiment le point de départ de ce que tu as voulu faire dans les autres plans. Et du coup, comment s'est fait ce montage qui, au départ, qui est quand même à la fois assez simple et pourtant donne une impression d'immensité de par le son, de, comme tu dis, l'impression d'être au bout du monde, puisqu'on ne voit pas avec la mer du nord, bon c'est pas le nord, mais du nord de la France, et donc on ne voit pas le bout. Et comment s'est fait donc le montage, notamment sonore, mais des images, et la narration que ça amène, puisqu'il y a quand même tes amis qui apparaissent, et en même temps ils ne sont que de passage, mais finalement comme toi tu as l'air que de passage, de laisser comme ça le temps à la fois s'écouler, mais à la fois être suspendu.
A question about the editing and the way how to put it together, and working with the sound and sound and image. So, yeah, this first, actually we started to shoot in Le Havre. Yeah, but there was just something not from the film. And also we were shooting in the place we were staying in Cannes, because we had the house in the Cannes, and we were speaking a lot, and also we had some occasion to have some kind of picnic. And another place in Normandy, also we were talking about. But the film was, especially this, it had this impression that its first images like kind of open the window. It's kind of some another state of being just real opened in front of, kind of really another state. Like it was really feeling that the air was changed and everything. Like because when we arrived, it was super cloudy, rainy day actually. It was rain all the way from. It was rain, and when it's really close to Le Havre, first image, and then we arrived to this beach. It was still raining, and then I set the camera, and then I put it, and then suddenly it was still super rainy sky. And suddenly the sun appeared. So that's how it was, kind of naturally. I don't know. I was kind of waiting for something to come, and this some kind of arrived, and then in the same way it started to work with this natural harmony of the place, and also of our presence, and everything just filmed, I just kind of found the key of the place, and it's kind of reopened in front, and it could have a possibility to really see it, and then as well we were moving ahead. I was super kind of concentrated, the special feeling when you feel even more your presence, your life. Especially it was a moment when we were also basically more sensitive than, for example, now, because we really didn't have a place to stay, and it was real life for us. It was just the way how we live. We were like in Normandy, and after that we still had no idea what's going on, because what will come. So we were highly, and me personally was really highly in there. And yeah, when we arrived, just it's the images is just I found it like in intuitive way. It's a first impression we have. Just arrived and saw, and that's how the image coming. And then I make a zoom and put it directly on the same direction. The microphone that captures all sphere of sound. So we have real flow of sound, nothing added to this, and nothing just escape. It's pure sound from the place. So for me, it's really important to save, especially these soundscapes, and have it. In the end, we have this feeling. For me, sometimes it was not too loud, not so loud. I don't know, for me it's always not enough the sound. Yeah, but I hope we had some immersive quality of it.
Je confirme, oui, c'est vrai qu'il y a... donc oui, parce que le son donc, a été... c'est le son qui a été enregistré au moment où tu as pris les images. C'était une question que je me demandais aussi, oui. Et justement sur la... Et en fait, je trouve que ça... Il y a quand même dans le film, je trouve, une dimension spirituelle assez forte. Certes, déjà par le premier verset de la Bible, je crois, que l'on voit, mais il y a aussi donc toute la mélancolie que ces images mouvantes donnent de la mer, ainsi que les derniers plans où l'on peut voir donc les nuages, mais aussi cette lumière qui perce ce fameux ciel de Normandie, justement, nuages, pluie, on ne sait pas trop, et qui du coup donne une lumière très particulière. Et qu'est-ce que tu pensais de... Est-ce que ça t'a habité justement Est-ce que tu l'as envisagé avant ou est-ce que c'est venu pendant que tu faisais le film, cette dimension spirituelle?
En fait, c'est already, yeah, the question about this kind of devotional, spiritual aspect of the film that's really present, and yeah, you saw the epigraph in the beginning, and not only this, but also melancholy and this general ambience of the film that consists some state of it. So I think, as I mentioned, it was really feeling that we are not in just our dimension where we arrive. When it starts the film, it was a feeling that we are like in somewhere else, another state of being. It's really weird too. And yeah, for the first shot, I was like, what? How can it be? It was just pure, I don't know, like revelation. And then yeah, the second image, we were with Natasha on this cliff. We were like on the. It was really like a stage for us. But in our whole lives, we just arrived, and that's the first time we're coming, and we are here. So it's just all about being here. And yeah, but as I mentioned before, I was really had a bit bad feelings, and I was super depressed. And this film kind of really changed my mind. And after some images, I was starting to looking for this epigraph. After, I think, maybe in some stage of editing, it was already kind of done, or not, kind of close to it, or an image. Forget, but it was afterwards, after the set. Yeah, and I just understood that the things that I was thinking before, because I wanted some. It's super weird to say, but like I wanted to suffering, or like I don't know, because I had the feeling of guiltiness for all that's happening, everything, not possibility to change anything, like super bad feelings. And then when we all arrived there and everything, it was like, that's what I do, that's what I can do actually. It's and this epigraph arrived, and it's about the manifest, the life itself. It's something, some simple words that's saying like about the really manifested joy, life, love, everything that life, good that life gives us. In some way, everything that God gives us, and in some way that all around. I mean, the love and everything that's. And for me, it was also a revelation that the beauty of the world was still here, because sometimes we are losing this knowledge that we thinking that the world is really mess. It's really bad, too bad to stay here. Yeah, and yeah, for me it was super. In a way of shooting, and it was super. Really something that I not control. Actually, I didn't give any direction to the guys. When I started to shoot them, for example, the couple when we were in Dieppe, in the city where they were just sitting like that, and I didn't know how. But in the end, they were like that. I just started shooting. I didn't give any direction, anything to them. Just no words, nothing. And I was always on the distance. I was with Zoom, and they were another air. That's true. And after that, we just felt it when I just said last images. Just like it was pure feeling that some kind of window just closed, and we are going to this car, and like we are returned to Cannes. It's completely another. You mentioned like we are here, and everything just continue, and life just going on. And but there's less kind of impression, like some kind of marriage.
À la fois une espèce d'éternité, finalement il y a un temps, même si tu finis, que finalement tu t'en vas, vous partez, il va y avoir cet instant d'éternité. Là ça va être ma dernière question, puisqu'après il va y avoir d'autres séances. Déjà merci, et du coup ma dernière question, parce qu'en fait j'y ai pensé pendant que je regardais le film, alors moi ça m'a vraiment beaucoup plu, et Ça m'a fait penser à des cartes postales vivantes. Cartes postales que tu as offertes donc aux personnes qui ont assisté à la séance.
C'est trop bien.
Voilà, et je me demandais du coup, ces cartes postales, à la fois il y a quelque chose de très introspectif dans le film, et en même temps une carte postale c'est à envoyer, c'est pour rejoindre l'autre. Il y a l'idée de créer lien avec l'altérité, si tu voulais juste nous dire un mot, puisque tu en as beaucoup parlé déjà. Mais...
Oui, yes, a question about this image, this postcards, and so some of you received some postcards in the entrance. So it makes sense to ask about it. But for me, it's postcards of our life. It's some memories, some places, some states of being that capture in this. Like yeah, it's in move. It's with the sound. It's special, really special moment of life, and especially it makes sense to have it because. For example, Anton and Katya, they're in Russia. They're just after that they came back because it was like 2 weeks for them. So they're studying the theater in Anatoly Vasilyev school. I don't know, some of you know maybe this theater director who was a long time in France or wherever. So they're staying there, and for them, actually, after they came out from this beach, we step on the car, and then next day they returned to Switzerland and then to Russia. So it's kind of postcard actually that I sent to them when I finished the first editing. It was like after 3 weeks or something, 2 or 3 weeks even. It was really fast, and I sent them. They were watching, like in the first day of mobilization in Russia. It was super scary. Atmosphere there super bad, and they were staying in a room, and they were watching together, only two of them, from this completely another reality, completely another state of reality, in another place, and it's something really dear and important to save. And to have and to send this postcards. Yes, this image is something that we saw, and yeah, I think this quality.
Très bien, merci beaucoup. Merci beaucoup pour cet échange. Si le film vous a plu et que vous voulez vous en parler autour de vous, il repasse le 30 juin aux Variétés, encore une fois, à 18h. Eh bien, merci. Passez une bonne après-midi et bonne autre séance.
Merci.